Sierra was deemed undesirable, unworthy because she was a single mother who had a baby with a fuckboy. No, not Future should have been a better man. Sierra should have chose better. She should have looked into her crystal ball and saw the kind of man she was dealing with.
What's good, people, and welcome on another episode. If you are here for the very first time, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you all for your constant support. There is this part of a podcast, you guys, is another month, another podcast, another conversation that is so unnecessary. In my opinion, I feel like they are unnecessary, especially these conversations that comes up every 3 months, 6 months, every year. This podcast is going viral because a man on this podcast was asked if he thinks that Russell Wilson is respected for taking care of another man's child. And what he has to say is so unbelievable because why do we have to insult someone for literally just taking care of a child? Like, why do we have to complain about deadbeat fathers and still insult the ones that are taking care of a child? The hypocrisy is very scary. Without wasting much time, let's just get right into it. And let's see what this man has to say about Russell Wilson and as well what the people have to say about his video.
Do you think Russell Wilson is respectable for taking care of somebody else's kids?
Russell Wilson is 100% an unadulterated, grass-fed, free-range cornball. He is 100% a simp.
This is dumb as hell. Like, bottom of the barrel dumb analogy to have. Because first of all, look at her. And I know some of y'all gonna be like, well, looks don't mean nothing. She's a baby. She's worth $20 million. Like, this right here is that's what a weak man look like, right? And this was his argument.
It's something out of his mouth pertaining
This
to
is
Future.
the shot, though. Saying this is my son.
Yeah, that's the shot.
That's
Yeah,
like
that's the
passive
shot.
aggressive.
This ain't your son. We all know for a fact this is his future son.
Here's the thing that a lot of y'all incels don't understand. If you and a woman don't work out, and she moves on and find another man, they get married. Who house you think your child is gonna live in? Like, do y'all not understand? When you don't have your child and your child goes back to be with their mom and her husband, who house do y'all think they're going back to? His house, his rules. It ain't like he harming the child, putting the child in danger. He doing his part. He married a woman with kids. That's part of it. And then Buddy was like, he doesn't have a child. When he said that, that's when he should have kept all the other opinions to himself. Like, when you have step kids, you have to treat them as if they are your real kids because you don't want them to feel no type of way. And I don't know if you know this or not, but it's pretty common for step parents to claim the child as their child.
But to call Russell Wilson a lame, a sucker, a simp, it's weird to me. Yeah, he a stepdad. Yeah, he's the rebound guy, whatever. But think about what he's doing for that boy, though. And I'm going to keep it real. Imagine if a lot more young black boys had that. Had another man come into their life and be that figure for them.
Crazy thing is, I've never known the backstory behind the whole Sierra Future thing or Russell Wilson besides the media making him seem like a glorified stepdad. And I kind of feel for Russell in that way. I had a stepdad growing up. It didn't work out, but to know how much of an impact it would have been if he was like, the man did his best, but if you realize that if you had like that role model in your life and he was an upsetting dude, that's all we be wanting. That's all we be needing. You know, a lot of us, like Mark said, single parent household, mainly mother, and you don't have a figure. You look for figures, or your figures are not good people to follow. But I don't know, I kind of feel like he gets his props, but not in a way that other men kind of give him props for. Because obviously you hear, oh, that's Future's son. That's Future's son. He's taking care of another man's child. And I know that's probably difficult because you're probably dealing with that kid's traits that are probably like his father, or you know, typically like his mother. But I give props to Russell because as a young black man, if I had that good role model, I needed that at that age, probably be a different story today. Or all the lessons and the wisdom I was given by God, it probably would have been given by the man, the figure, and then I wouldn't have made a lot of mistakes.
Even speak on that, man.
Well, I don't think he's never spoken on Future. Like the
I'm really over these conversations. These podcasters are just doing the most. Number one, you have no idea, none, what these people have discussed in their household already, whether or not they have any sort of agreement. Let me tell you something. I was married, and when me and my husband first got together, he had 2 children. I had 1. We didn't do step, bonus. We didn't know any of that. I was mom and he was dad. And guess what? Their parents had no problem with, like, my son's father. He didn't have no problem with that because he understood the man was going to be in the house with him every single day, and they had their relationship. None of that really matters. See, and you know what I really feel most of the time? Most of the time, it's not the people inside the circle that have a problem. It's the people that's on the outside just running their mouth and have no idea, no clue what it takes to actually gel and mend a family together when you have outside parents. The biggest thing we never wanted them to do is feel different. We didn't want them to feel like, oh, because we have kids together and they the step kids. What? Like, we wasn't doing all of that. Everybody understood that, but it took a level of maturity that these people don't have, nor do they understand. That's why they just sitting here running their mouths. First of all, how about see if the situation works for you. Like, do what works for you. But all of this about dad, who's not dad, who's mom versus mom, that sounds stupid. And most kids don't care. The kids just want to be loved. They want people to be there for them, emotionally, spiritually, financially, all of the things. Like, what are we even talking about anymore? Like, this stuff has gotten so out of hand. Real talk. And it's like everybody just talking. And I feel like that's what happens. People would be just fine, and they start listening to outside sources, and they start tearing up your home. Stop listening to these people. They don't have a daggone clue what it takes to raise your child. Do what's in the best interest of your child. We didn't do all that step and bonus. No, we just was mom and dad. And guess what? Here's the beautiful part. Our marriage didn't last. After our oldest son was murdered, it didn't last. But here's the thing. Guess what? I'm still mom and he's still dad. Our oldest daughter is 37 years old. I'm still mom. Our oldest son that was murdered left the baby. I'm me, mom. We didn't do all of that. Stop listening to these people, y'all. They will tear your families apart. Don't listen to them. Do what works best for your family. As long as everybody's included and everybody is happy, child, stop listening to these people that don't even have a family and don't even know what it takes to run one. I said what I said.
The real reason men hate Russell Wilson is because he's given women hope. Period. Sierra was deemed undesirable, unworthy because she was a single mother who had a baby with a fuckboy. No, not Future should have been a better man. Sierra should have chose better. She should have looked into her crystal ball and saw the kind of man she was dealing with. Russell came in, unmarried, no children, well paid, and still saw the value in Sierra. Men are upset at that because in their mind, she should never have been able to come out of the gutter. She wasn't worthy of a man like Russell. She wasn't good enough for a man like Russell. And because Russell came in, saw her value, loves her, protects her, and provides for her, men are pissed because now he's given women hope. Women who are single mothers, women who have given themselves away discounted, he's given them hope.
Even speak on that, man.
well, I don't think he's never spoken on Future. Like the
I'm going to say something that might hurt your feelings. And I really don't give 2 shits if it does. So, anyways, that's Russell's son. That is Russell's son. Do Future even spend time with his other kids that he has? About 10 or 9 of them? Do he? Do he? Do he post them? Do he talk about them? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Future don't give 2 shits about his kids, but he out here baby making them like it's just a damn job. Now, I said what I said. Now, little Future is Russell's son. Because Russell stepped up to the plate and took care of a kid that's not even his. That's what a real man does. I said what I said. That's his son. I said what I said. I'm done.
I love the fact that men checked in on this, and I love the point that the women actually made as well. The very first woman was talking about how the children just want to be loved. The child just wants to be loved. They just want to be taken care of. They just want somebody to be there for them, and they just want to be loved. That's basically what they want, and people are so bothered. But you see, the second woman, I totally agree with the point she made from top to bottom. She talked about the fact that their relationship, Russell's relationship with Sierra, is like a relationship of hope for a single mother out there who thinks that is just the end of the world because you're now a single mother, and they are pissed at the fact that the relationship is giving hope. And under our video, I saw a comment that says that that is the reason why they love Kelvin Samuels, because he preaches that there is no hope for single mothers. And I totally agree with what this woman has to say. Point is just how their relationship is just to tell single mothers out there that because you are a single mother is not the end of the world. How are you going to sit there and expect Sierra to suffer because she got with someone and she was unlucky in that relationship and it did not work out? How are we going to come online and cry about deadbeat fathers and still insult the ones that are literally standing up for kids? Like, what exactly is this person expecting? That Russell should treat Sierra's son differently because he's not the biological father? Like, I don't even understand what is going on. When these two people are trying to just love on their kids and just live their life and let every kid get all the love that they need, there are people like this on podcast bothered about the fact that Sierra has to suffer because she is a single mother and she does not deserve the man, and the man is a rebound, is this and that, and it's just like a simp. Like, what exactly are they pissed about? I don't think there's ever a time that this man has expressed how much he loves Sierra online, that there are no comments like this in the comment section, literally calling him a simp, calling him out, or saying some nasty ass things to him. All this man ever did was love. The same love that so many people are crying that they want. The same love that so many people are crying that they need. This is someone literally just pouring love into his family. And so many people, especially men, have a problem with how Russell is treating all the kids in his life. Hypocrisy is scary to me, and I would like to hear what you guys think about this whole conversation. What do you think about what that man has to say? Because to him, he's expecting him to treat the son differently because he's not the father, and it's as well giving Sierra has to suffer. She does not have to come out of the gutter. Like, let me hear you guys' thoughts on this particular one, and make sure you subscribe before you go for more content. And I'm definitely going to catch you guys in the next one.